Would you spend $1,000 to put your vision and yourself out there, knowing that you don't have a secure income or limited income, and also knowing that there is a chance that you will not make a profit? You will not make a profit. Before you judge me, judge your mother and ask her why she raised you to judge people. Now, I did spend $1,000, y'all. I am just getting back from a 48-hour mega stay in Dallas, Texas, and I'm gonna break down to you how I lost, but really invested $1,000 to reposition myself to begin again in entrepreneurship, side hustleship, and really living out my dream. I tell y'all to do this all the time, and I'm only telling you this to do because it is something that I really have the opportunity to do. You know what I mean? I know that that's a blessing and a fortune for me, and I'm fortunate in doing so. And so I just want to share this breakdown of how I knowingly was going to lose $1,000. You ready? So let me catch you up to speed. In 2021, I was working on a four-phase development for a wellness program, coaching. I had a lounge. I was servicing people in person, and it was thriving for what I was anticipating for it to do. At phase three, unfortunately, the co op that I and other wellness practitioners worked in sold the property, and we only had 30 to 60 days to vacate the premises. At that point of being forced out, not only did my car die, not only was witchcraft being thrown at me, but my grandmother had a stroke, by which I became her full time caregiver. That put me in a tailspin depression, and unfortunately, I lost my will to thrive. In 2024, after my Nana's transition, and my grief counselor, and my therapist, and my coach, and my cousin all said, "Sis, it's time for you to get your life back." And I was like, I really don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to do that. And to be honest with you, I didn't have a regular job. My Nana was my full time job. And that's something that I did free. So I wasn't getting any type of income from that. Now, go to the fall of 2024, and I'm just being honest with you. I'm being transparent with you because I want you to see where you can build yourself up. Now, this whole entire time, I'm going through things. I'm going through perimenopause in the summer of 2024, not knowing that a demon lived inside of me. Ooh. And then I got a job, and I was like, okay, I'll just do this. And Spirit was like, no, you're not going to do this. You're going to do what I told you to do, which is to serve humanity through spiritual practices and means. I was like, nah, I'm good. So I'm on the job, literally, and this is documented, and I get an injury really, really bad, and I had paralysis in my shoulder, and there's still some issues there. But that put me on workers' comp. So Spirit said, now that you're sitting down, I'm going to give you something to do. So we just go to divine downloads, right? And I'm receiving messages. I'm listening to what's happening. I'm seeing things happen before me, and Spirit is continuously speaking to me. Now, I have enough money saved up because there are a few things that I want to do. I'm not touching this money at all. And I had this journal all the way in Canva since 2023. I just never printed it because I didn't want to put myself back there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be back out there. I didn't want to try entrepreneurship again. I didn't want to, say that, this didn't work one last time. But alas, I did print in February 2025 these journals, and I needed something to do. Like, how am I going to sell this? I no longer have a community to sell to. I no longer have my own tribe because I let it disband, when everything happened in 2021. Life happens. So what do I do? It just so happened that Southwest Airlines, before they made these updated policy changes on the luggages, they had a $49 sale. And I said, well, there are two places that I want to go. I either want to go buy some water or I want to go get some good food. I've been in New Orleans, so I want to try something else. And literally, it was down to a place where there's a beach, and there was Texas. I'm already following certain people and their organizations on Instagram. And so I was like, let's just do Texas. What's happening in Dallas while I'm there? There happened to be an event. That's where you see these pictures. There was an event there for professional women presented by Shawana Livingston of Live Your Purpose. And she was looking for vendors. I said, oh, I finally have a product, right? Vendors needed to hurry up. and pay our deposits. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to Texas. Let's do this. So here's a breakdown of how I made an intentional, calculated risk on putting myself back out there and repositioning myself as a wellness professional, an empowerment speaker, soul coach, and all the things, energy healer, and all the things. And here's the breakdown I want to give you. So remember, I don't have a steady income. I'm still currently right now on workers' comp. Well, it just ended. But so here's the investment. I knew I wasn't going to make a profit after I realized the attendance I asked. Now you have to ask questions beforehand. I asked who was going to be in attendance, what's the demographics, what are their, buying interests, what are they like, what do they like to do, are they spiritual women? You have to ask all these things before becoming a vendor. So let's get to it. Here's a breakdown of how I knowingly, willingly lost $1,000 to put myself out there. So round trip tickets from Atlanta to Dallas, $170. For the vendor table, there were two options. You could either do vending with brunch, which put it at 125, or without brunch, you could do the vending for $65. I opted for the 125. I usually have a particular hotel brand that I stay at, a chain and franchise that I stay at, but for this trip, I couldn't pay the $400 to stay there for 2 nights. So I found a lesser known chain and spent 155. To order 15 hardcover journals from Amazon was $140. It was 137. And then Turo for 3 days of a rental car was $181. However, I'm currently in dispute because they charged me for one more day plus a late fee of $113, but I'm currently charged. So I have not yet won the dispute. So with the overcharge, I spent $884. Without it, I spent $771. I spent $17 to fill up on gas. It was a really great car, Nissan Rogue. And then I think I may have spent like between $50 and $60 for food. So that puts me at $1,000. Now we can deduce $155 for the hotel room because my friend felt so much excitement for me putting myself back out there that they took care of it. And I'm really, really appreciative of that. And that is how I knowingly, willingly invested $1,000 to lose back to my future. Let me say this though, and I want to be very, very clear. 1 year ago today, I had no money to my name. My checking account was in the negative, and I could not even afford to turn my phone back on. Not only because I was in a depression and because I did not have an income and I was in rehabilitation from certain ailments, but also because I just, I didn't have anything saved up. I was taking care of my nana for 2.5 years. That literally was my job. My Midas touch was gone, y'all. I didn't have any income. I didn't have any money. So I'm willingly sharing this with you because I was dead ass broke. There's nothing that was broke. But I want to thank these women here, minus two, who saw me and had a conversation with me and were like, sis, we are with the vision. We appreciate what you're doing. We want to see, like, we want to partner with you. We want to support, whatever you call it. They bought these journals and someone else bought a program. And I just want to say I'm so excited to be back in this space where I believe in myself and putting myself out there, because a year ago, not only did I not have this confidence, I did not have this projectile of myself. And so for there to be people to see me, and as a vendor, let me tell you, you don't wait for people to come to your table because they'll never come. You go get them, you lure them to you. But I just want to say to you, if you're like stuck and you're like, I don't know what to do, and maybe you have certain challenges, please understand, I lost my car. I'm moving out of the place that I am in. I had no money, no income, but I have a radical faith that is being restored in myself. And that is what Divine Downloads is about. I'm having a conversation with just me and spirit, me and my soul, talking to, my divine court and asking how should we go forward. Still under this administration, during inflation and a possible race war, but I'm still putting myself out there. If you want to know if you are worth you trying to invest in your dream and giving yourself the opportunity to live and put yourself out there, just make the investment. But pray first. I love you.